Well, I'm on my way to Brooklyn to be able to catch the Proterra Catalyst. Now, you're probably wondering, why is this saga in particular starting with a subway trip instead of the usual express bus trip? Well, there's a funny story to that. That morning, I was taking Prevost 2727 on the Sim 4C, and all was going well where I boarded at the transit center, but a passenger in front of me kind of obstructed the view where I would normally record from the front of the bus, like the past few videos. And anyway, I had to move over a little bit when I started to record when we got on the expressway. And basically about a minute into the video, I got caught by the driver who asked me not to record. Now, if you're going to make reference to the driver, please be respectful in the comments. Honestly, everything that would have made that trip a real bummer really did not happen at all. Like before we went on the expressway, for instance, there were a lot of passengers that were first about to board the bus, first off without a mask, and the driver of course mentioned that you can't take the bus without wearing a mask, of course. And there was a passenger all the way towards the back of the bus that was kind and courteous enough to come to the front to offer disposable masks to these passengers. Everyone took them, and they were able to pay the fare, and that's it. And I'm not okay with the fact that I wasn't able to record the bus, because by the time we got to the Gowanus, the traffic was backed up for about 20 minutes, so in a way it would have been a waste of megabytes. So I have more space on my phone to catch the Proterra Catalyst anyway. And I still thank the driver for his service for being able to get me to Manhattan anyway. And also regarding the passenger in front of me, I still got into a good conversation with them and the driver, so it wasn't too bad. Now, I'm sure that many of you that have either bus fan or rail fan over the years have had varying reactions towards bus operators or train operators, or probably fellow passengers or people passing by, and really that's okay. Like I've mentioned in the description of my New Jersey Transit trains at Newark Penn Station video, two transit police officers came up to me, honestly, after I finished recording the Acela Express for my Amtrak video, and they just wanted to make sure that everything was alright, and I completely respect that because the world is crazy. And also, might I add, I also take care of my homework ahead of time before I decide that I wanted to just casually go someplace to record buses and trains. Because some places you're allowed to, others are not. Like PATH trains, for instance. I could have had so much PATH content on my channel years ago. The problem is that the Port Authority of New York, New Jersey wouldn't allow it without their permission. And I completely respect that from one who's dealt with post-traumatic events, because the main transit hub for the PATH is the World Trade Center. And I've had one or two instances where I was in the middle of bus fanning, and sometimes a bus operator asks for me not to record them in particular, and I respect their wishes. Like, of course, generally I try not to show any faces in my videos, and I completely respect where they're coming from for personal reasons. But thankfully, not everyone's like that. Like, if you ever bus fan on Staten Island, the most drivers that have waved hi to me are mostly operators from Yukon. I mean, the other 3 depots that I've had, some that have waved hi to me and everything, and some are okay. Even with train operators, some are okay with me, because like, even for like when I rail fanned on the Long Island Railroad, for instance, I can name 2 instances where there were 2 locomotive engineers that waved hi to me. Specifically, the last M7 in my second Mineola video, and ironically, the last M7 in my Woodside video. So my advice is, basically, if you're going to probably bus fan or rail fan or probably go plane spotting, Take care of your homework first to see if it's allowed or not. And if it's allowed and still someone may come up to you and may say something for personal reasons, is try to calmly reason with them. And if they still don't want to be reasoned, then just take your leave. Because in a way, it's not worth getting into a fight with. What are your thoughts on that? Let me know in the comments.